Hello, I'm Helene Oberman, Managing Director of Interior Design Magazine, and I'd like to welcome you to our NeoCon product preview. United by the common qualities of excellent design and dependable performance, Wolf Gordon's high-performing product lines are driven by design and inspire the creation of outstanding interiors. With me today to discuss how this NeoCon is all about high design is Mary Beth Shaw, Chief Creative Officer of Design and Marketing for Wolf Gordon. Hi, Mary Beth. It's great to see you.
Hi, Helene. It's great to see you too.
I know, this always means it's NeoCon time. And at this NeoCon, you are taking a much drastically different approach to your showroom, which last year was really focused on the health and well-being of both people and planet. So, how are you working this year with the local Chicago firm Urban Lab to create a progressive, sort of experiential journey through design for visitors?
Yeah, we are really excited about the opportunity of moving to the third floor, and we've been on the 10th floor for many years. So the third floor space we've taken is larger, and it has a beautiful curvilinear glass facade, which we've decided to retain. And it's super easy to access off of the elevators and even going up the escalator. So, working with Urban Lab has been something I've wanted to do for many years. I've long admired their conceptual strength and their attention to detailing, and they've been great to work with.
You're also collaborating this year with the Italian design company Jannelli Vopi to launch Volterra. So, how does this new collection sort of bring an Italian design sensibility with, the cutting edge innovation that you're known for to American interiors?
We are really excited about this because the products are so beautifully designed. Definitely an Italian sensibility, and also really at their origins designed for residential wallpaper. But what we were able to do with Jannelli Volpi is transform those designs into 54-inch wide, high performing type 2 contract wall covering. And, the embosses are really important, the color sensibility, different patterning. I think that people are really going to be excited about walking into the showroom and seeing these products that are not only very appropriate for our vertical commercial markets, but also can find their way into our Habitat initiative, in which we're really going to commercial interior designers who also work the residential side and saying, hey, these products are beautiful residential products, but also long lasting, high durability performing products, great for the home.
Well, you have something else for the home coming up. And of course, when one thinks of Italian design and Milan, I know that fashion comes to mind. And this year marks sort of the NeoCon debut of Blue, which is a fashion forward collection with this very distinctive elegance and very high design style. So, how can designers utilize Blue to make a bold statement, whether it's in those residential interiors or perhaps for retail and hospitality?
Yeah, blue is very versatile. In the initial collection of 9 patterns, there are products that are large scale mural type products that make a big statement in bold colors. And then there are a series of what I call the best classics possible. And they're all really colored beautifully. And they're just, executed a step above what we usually see in those basics. So I think designers can find either yards and yards for the corridors and, large installations of simple patterns and basics, but they can also find the more statement oriented patterns and murals for installations like headboard walls or behind check-in desks, feature walls.
Well, something that's interesting about this year that you're also tackling. So you're thinking about sort of all aspects of a project or a room. But, I always like to say no environment is fully dressed without, the window dressing. And so this year at NeoCon, you at Wolf Gordon are launching an entirely new product category with drapery. So why did you feel like now was really the time to extend into this product category? And how did you go about developing such a large and ambitious collection to start?
Well, we love our vertical surfaces, but we also love fabrics. And we've been working on fabrics for many years, for 15 years in our upholstery collection. So with drapery, we do a lot of customs, particularly in the hospitality market. And we were getting a lot of interest in beautiful drapery fabrics that we had access to and that we developed that we could make available as customs. And it just seemed like an obvious decision to move into it more formally with a standard line. And so what we did was we picked a lot of beautiful sheers and mesh type fabrics, acoustical drapery fabrics, which are amazing and come in exquisite color lines, and also velvets, available in over 40 really luscious velvet colorways, and finally, different qualities of blackout drapery. So we felt that it was the moment to go forward and make it more standard and to really, present the Wolf Gordon line as a combination of highly usable neutrals and chromatics.
So at this NeoCon, so the unbeatable standard for wall protection that you're all familiar with, Rampart, is getting a fresh new look and composition. So how is Rampart Fiber able to meet the sustainability goals and performance needs of any interior space?
Yeah, Rampart Fiber is a remarkable product. It's an entirely organic material, flax basically, which is rapidly renewable, plus bioresins. And this product meets all the performance requirements, passes all the tests of wall protection and type 3 heavy duty wall covering, vertical surfaces. It's like a variation on a wood grain. So it works really beautifully in biophilic environments. And on the sustainability note, I just want to circle back to the showroom because, we really deliberately practiced a policy of reuse of previous fixtures and furniture from our old showroom and the glass facade that I mentioned earlier that we decided to retain because it was so beautiful. It would have been awful to send it to the landfill. So we're really, really conscious of sustainability at every level of Wolf Gordon, operations, product development, marketing, you name it. And that continues to be, super high priority.
Well, Mary Beth, I'm sure that comes across. And I have to say, thank you so much for your time and your insight into the high design that certainly defines Wolf Gordon. And to our lovely audience, you have to check out the brand new Wolf Gordon showroom on the third floor. Don't confuse with the 10th, the third floor of the Mart. I will see you there. Thank you, Mary Beth.
Thank you, Helene. Can't wait.